Hi, I'm G, and welcome to the Observatory, a platform where I like to just share my perspectives on humanity, self love, conscious living. I'm super excited to bring today's topic on how we are all basically like children that have been neglected by our families. It's just prevalent in the way that we all interact with life and show up on social media. To begin, one of my biggest values and perspectives of life in general is that we are our own parents. The way that we walk through life, take care of ourselves, go to work is all a matter of parenting ourselves, especially self-soothing and coping. But when we become a population that spends more time staring at screens than with their own thoughts, we become kind of like the parents that spend more time on Candy Crush than actually talking to their kids. Sorry. A little quick story time. Yesterday, I was really lucky enough to have some free time to go meet some friends. And there was a friend that came that I hadn't met yet. And we ended up playing a game. But when we were playing this game, I was trying to explain it, and I was feeling a little frustrated because I kept getting interrupted on how to explain it by other people's input about how to explain it, which is fine. We're all trying to get the game going. It's a passionate experience to, relay and express something that you already know yourself. But when we actually started playing the game, there were moments where it felt unfair. I was being spoken over. There was no listening. It was just really intense and over. I felt so oversaturated with information and noise coming from all directions. And I could feel my face, like I genuinely was just standing there like so overwhelmed and kind of angry because I wasn't seen. I wasn't heard. I felt belittled. Now that I'm reflecting on it, I felt disregarded and in the shadow of somebody else's loudness. And I feel like it took some time for me to step away from that situation and realize, oh wow, I felt really hurt in that moment. I was angry. I said a couple things. Somebody was trying to ask questions about how the game worked, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I keep getting interrupted every time I try to explain to you. Moments like that, I'm like, oh my gosh, my inner little girl is feeling hella offended and want to speak out in some way. But why was I so alarmed and activated by that moment? I realized, oh, this feels like my childhood. This feels like competing for my parents' attention. This feels like I am not seen, I am not heard, and I'm not loved. I kind of held myself and I realized, okay, the next time that this comes up for me, I'm going to step back and take a breath. And I'm going to recognize that I don't need other people's opinions of me to be that I'm great or that I'm correct in order to feel whole within myself. And I think I needed that instance to realize that. If I'm so quick to take offense over someone else's opinions of me or how they perceive me or how they speak over me, then that's a pretty fragile way of going about my life. One of the main reasons why I connect so closely to my own best friends is because of how much we just fucking know each other and get each other and feel each other. The way we listen and validate each other. It's just, I remember the happiest moments of my life have been surrounded by people I love. And in moments where I felt not seen or not heard, I've always been able to just not care because I have best friends in my life who genuinely do. So if I have people in my life that actually love and care about me, why should I care about other people that I barely know? So my closest friends and I connect so deeply because of how we listen. And I think that the art of listening is lost on us. I have heard countless conversations of people retorting back to their own lives and their own experience every time someone mentions something that they've been through. And I get it, that's another way for all of us to communicate with one another by reflecting their own experience, but I wonder how much of us don't feel fully heard and seen in our experience without someone, actually taking the time to breathe and say, wow, thank you for sharing, or that's really cool. I really love authentic relating, which is just a beautiful method of communication. It's more intimate, more real, and one of the big things I learned is the ability to just reiterate someone's experience back to them without any judgment or story so that they know they are seen and understood. We don't want to be fixed. We just want to be heard. It's that simple. Our upbringing gives us the expectation of how people treat us. I've witnessed so many people make automatic assumptions over the way someone is talking or treating them based upon the way that they were taught how to be communicated to. For example, somebody I worked with, she has this huge story around every single person speaking to her as if they were passive aggressive. And I give her the acknowledgement that, sometimes it probably is happening, but the instances that I've seen it myself, it's like, oh no, he genuinely doesn't care. He was just asking a simple question. It's not that deep. And then, throwing out buzzwords like, oh, I don't even know if I should even mention this without feeling like I'm overstepping because there's always two sides. But basically, I bring this up to say The more that we see and paint the broad brush of life acting and reacting a certain way, the more it will continue to be perceived that way. The best analogy, when you're a hammer, everyone is nails. So when I mentioned this whole childhood neglect thing, I think that so many of us did not get enough attention as children. I come from parents who worked relentlessly to keep us alive, so I didn't have that level of connection or physical touch that I wish I had as a child, which has led me to feeling like I need to be seen. Like I require depth in conversations in order to feel fully heard through my experience. Honestly, a good day is a good day for me if I'm able to express some deep shit. If we're ignored and dismissed, it actually triggers a neurobiological response in the brain that mirrors physical pain. So we need it for survival. I've mentioned it before. If you don't feel accepted in a pack, if you're ostracized, you probably starve or get eaten. Human beings have been the only successful breed of hominin because of our friendly gene. Cooperation and friendliness became, honestly, a biological necessity, and without it, we wouldn't have adapted to survive. It's called cumulative culture. We grew so fast and evolved so quickly because we shared tools, resources, and teachings with one another. We need society, we need community, we need to continue to share things. It's so important for us to nurture and be of service to others. This psychologist was saying that psychiatry has been a pretty sad replacement for love. We're resorting ourselves to medication and paying people per hour to listen to our problems because we don't have the support systems in place to get help. We don't have a sense of purpose through service. We need to be of service to the community as a whole. Because of that, we're just delegating ourselves to needing a career path in order to be happy. But it's genuinely just community and being of service to the collective. Those are two fundamental things that I think really equate to inner fulfillment. And then, Tony Robbins says, progress is paramount to joy and happiness. Agreed. I think projects are super important as well. Beyond communicating with my best friends, my next most favorite method of truly being seen is talking in this format, or making videos, or making little films. It's art. When we create something so specific to our own experience, we can watch the world unfold in a different way. We gain more perspective. We're able to articulate ourselves in a way that really encapsulates the essence of that feeling. And when we have such beautiful platforms like this, we end up running into other people that feel the same way. It's inevitable. There's no way you're the only person in the world to have ever felt that specific feeling. There's millions of people in this very moment feeling the same way that you are to the T. There's only so many emotions, right? So with that, I really want to encourage more of you guys to just create in general, to pour yourself into short films or writing poetry, to writing out your feelings, writing a book, or maybe even sharing it at poetry slams, or putting it online on Substack, or sharing it with your group of friends. It's one thing to create the art, but it's another to actually put it out there in the world. But I think every human experience has so much validity in being felt. And I think that it's important that we just cherish all of it, all of the possibilities. I think the greatest solutions for us are to lean into our friends and share vulnerably, because the more vulnerable we are with our friends, the more safe they feel to be equally vulnerable. But also to create art, to be deliberate about putting ourselves out there and sharing intimate parts of our experience, even just for ourselves, even just writing it in our own journals. Because allowing it to leave your mind is giving your mind the space to breathe, finally. If you have more to say about this, please let's continue this conversation down below. And if you're curious about joining a community of creators to invest in your own digital storytelling journey or artistry in general, then come join the Observatory. It's a beautiful platform where you can share your ideas with other creators all over the world. And also, there's a guide and a course on how to tell your own stories and create your own art and, express yourself, with so many juicy journal prompts for you to really unlock and uncover your own inner artistry. Alright, and I've also made it as accessible as possible, so yeah, let's journey into this accountability and self-discovery and creativity together. I hope to see you there. See you next week.